Hello, freelance friends. I am just leaving the dentist, and I need to say that customer service is not dead. I was having this download while in the dentist chair because my dental hygienist was so social and chatty and was obviously this really cute older madame who likely lives in the suburbs, and she was just so sweet. Like, I was dazing out staring at the wall, and she was like, "Are you looking at like my certificate to see how old I am or something?" And I was like, "Oh my god, I'm like actually just zoned out." And she was like, "Oh, I'm just kidding," like blah blah blah, and then started telling me about how old she was and how long she's been with her partner and just a whole lot of random shit. And it was just so sweet, and it just got me thinking about customer fucking service, because I have been on a rant about how customer service feels like an afterthought these days. Probably COVID is to blame, but it just seems like in the last, I don't know, 5-ish years, customer service is non-existent. And I'm not trying to say that like being chatty is customer service, but it does bring a human component that is nice, that I appreciate. And yeah, it just got me thinking, like, one, we need more of this. But two, when it comes to online business and sales funnels and trying to, convert attention into buying audience or booking audience, I am finding myself annoyed, actually. So I'm all for stats. I'm all for reading the funnel stats to know, how much visibility you have, how many converting clients, blah, blah, blah. Okay? Those are super important data tips. But here's the thing. One thing I've noticed across big and small clients is that sometimes an obsession with these numbers distracts you from actually just communicating directly with your clients or potential clients. Sometimes it's a procrastination technique to say, hey, I'm going to send a newsletter instead of just directly reaching out to people. Sometimes we're so hung up on the numbers that we forget the people around us who could very much use our service. And the other thing there is like, or we forget to follow up with previous buyers, previous clients. And it's this exact energy of next, growth that has so many of us sort of feeling empty, feeling unserved, even by people we wish to be served by. And maybe I'm getting this all muddled up, but yeah, it just feels icky. And a good example of that was that earlier today I was on Substack and I was reading, I forget what the Substack said. Oh yeah, it said like, I love your Substack, but I'm not going to pay you, or I'm never going to pay you, something like that. And obviously that caught my attention. I was curious what the angle was going to be about. And it was completely misleading because she is some sort of business coach, and the whole Substack started with a preamble about her coaching, about how you could, if you pay, it helps this and that. And I was like, first off, that's completely going against what you're saying in your title. And second, I just had this ick I was just like, I think we're so done with calls to action, which is hilarious because earlier this week I was like filming a workshop in which I was saying, like, do you even have a call to action? It's not that calls to action are bad. It's that you have to put them in the right fucking place. If you don't even let me read your content and you're already giving me a preamble about hiring you, it feels like I'm reading a pamphlet, you know? And I just think we're numb to them because we see them everywhere. So it's like I'm immediately annoyed when I see it. And I came across this as well in YouTube. So I've been doing a lot of YouTube, one, because I started uploading videos, which has been a fail due to resolution issues. But two, obviously it's like making my algorithm is suddenly all about like how to succeed on YouTube. And one thing that's really bothering me is that the description of the YouTube video is an obvious like copy and paste of here's my spiel, buy this, here's how to do this, like just full, chock full of calls to action. And it's 2026. If somebody wants to find out where to find out more about you and what you offer, your profile page is right there. Your links are right there. It's quite obvious if somebody is going to, it's quite obvious what they need to do if they're interested to find out more from you, you know? And so I think all these intense calls to action, these intense copy paste, whether it's put through AI or not, I don't really care. They're cold. They're fucking cold because they don't actually speak in the voice of the author very much or the voice of the YouTuber, coach, whoever it is. It is a LinkedIn style delivery. And so when it comes to, I'm thinking like, okay, what's the answer then? I'm going back to one of my original thoughts from a couple months ago, which is like, don't make it so easy for people. Let people feel that it's an autonomous choice to find out more about you. Let people feel like it is a sovereign journey that they're on to find out more about you. Now, there's a line, obviously, like you need to be easy to find. Your website should be clear. You should have a booking link or easy to find contact form. Yes. But let people choose to find out more, because I honestly question whether these copy-paste preambles are actually converting. Do they actually work? And to be honest, for me, if it does work, is that the client I want? Probably not, especially for consulting. Because for consulting, I need people who are autonomous, proactive, and want to solve their own problems, because I can't solve all of them. I can help you, but I can't solve all of them. All of your issues. It's a collaboration. You know your business. I know business structures. Together, we can help each other solve your problem, and you help me solve other people's problem if they have similar ones. So yeah. And yeah, I'm just thinking about that a lot, to be honest. And if you are a person who does business in person, do not underestimate the power of being fun, having a good time, chit-chatting, And if you are someone who does business in person, don't underestimate the power of talking about the many things you do. So sometimes freelancers are shy to talk about either the art they make, what they write about, where they write about it, their projects, etc. It feels weird. But you know what? It's actually more interesting to drop seeds about what you're working on and let the person ask more about it. I think it's more natural. And whenever I tell people in person that, I help, artists and small businesses do their better marketing, or like get more organized or grow or whatever, make more profit, whatever, they're always like, oh, I didn't even know that was a thing, It's like more intriguing. And I'm also saying that because I watched a video on YouTube earlier this week from the Hermosi guy, the acquisition.com guy, who's like a business bro. And it was the video, it's like something like watch me make this person a 6-figure business in 30 minutes or something like that. And he did exactly what I do. He listened to her business like model and then walked her through the visibility plus engagement equals sales, or he called it traffic plus conversion equals offer. All the same thing. So he walked her through that and detailed the steps each way. And in watching that, I realized a few things. I realized, one, maybe I should just make a YouTube playlist of curated videos that are already selling my point. And two, was that where this girl was struggling was a lot in that conversion, engagement, customer service, whatever you want to call it, part of the funnel. She was so scared of looking like she was selling things that she avoided talking about all her other offers, all the other things she did. So she was missing out on opportunities, and she brought up that her biggest fear was looking like she's in it for the money. And I think we so often do that, but the issue is that we are also, in doing that, we are not fully serving the customer. If your other offerings are in line with what the customer needs, why would you not mention it, right? So that was sort of an aha/takeaway from that video. And I was just like, that's sick. And even in her offer, she does 3 month. It was like a girl who does 3 month sort of container offerings for parents who have autism, parents whose kids have autism or neurodivergence. And she kind of like coaches them in how to, holistically care for them. And so the first engagement is 3 months, but then she offers an extension either for the entire year or whatever. And he had mentioned like, oh, you should mention these things sooner so that as they're enjoying your service, they know that they can, sorry for the sound, so that as they're enjoying your service, like at peak enjoyment, they can opt in for more. Whereas if you wait for the end, it feels like restarting the engine or revving the engine or like needing to restart a car. It's like, it's a new decision. I thought that was really smart. I was like, yeah, I totally get that. So all of that, to say, you know what, rethinking customer service, reinvesting in customer service, because it's not dead. In fact, it's exactly what is going to set you apart from the rest of the noise online and in real life. And when you're taking advice online, whether it's from me or other people, always take it with a grain of fucking salt. I was talking to a member of the CCC during our check-in today, and she mentioned like, everyone always says that I should consolidate my social media channels, even though I offer different things. Like, so she has 3 different accounts, and she was like, I like having it that way. And she's like, I'm not going to be consistent on all 3, but I use whichever one I need to use when it matters, you know? And I was like, yeah, of course. Like, this is the thing about quote unquote strategy. It's like, there are strategies that help and that are proven, but one, there's always outliers. So you can go complete opposite of the common advice and it can still work. What matters is what strategy you know you can maintain and have fun, enjoyment, and simplicity while doing it. So if the common like rhetoric is to like consolidate the social media channel into one, if it's going to cause you to like overthink or to fear losing clients or losing followers or fear confusing people, that's going to slow you down, and that's going to cause more issues than the slowdown of having multiple channels. So always keep in mind that with any advice, there's always outliers who are succeeding and not doing whatever this person is telling you to do. I feel like that's a pretty important thing to keep in mind. And yeah, especially right now, man, the amount of advice, I think because I started the YouTube, like I said, I'm on the side of the algorithm that's giving me all this, like, how to succeed on YouTube. And even my Substack somehow is getting a lot of that content, even though I'm not looking for it. And it's interesting because you know what? I don't think I've ever cared about succeeding in the way that traditional people succeed. I think that maybe my personal thesis with business is like, I want to succeed outside of the status quo by creating my own system that works. And by doing it in a unique way. So even if the like example with my salon, even though it did follow the visibility plus engagement equals sales, there was uniqueness to each level of that. There was something different to each level that spoke to a specific type of client. And so that's what I mean. Like, you know, at the end of the day, it's always that formula always exists. Though, to be honest, things are kind of switching right now with the way the internet is going, but that's a talk for another day. So yeah, customer service is not dead, and rethink these cold calls to action, because honestly, it's giving me the ick, and I'm sure it's giving you the ick too. I think that, you know, delivering your content with links about what you're talking about within the article or content is much smoother. Much smoother. But, you know, I'm open to being wrong, and I'm known to change my mind. So take that with a grain of salt too. Have a good rest of your week and weekend.